jump to the final product of the horns. So there they are. In my haste, I had forgotten to record the final step of the horn manufacturing. This is my first time showing my process step by step, so I just kind of got on a roll and I forgot to record, so there it is. But basically what we did is, since you saw it last time, I basically covered everything with a spray adhesive that made the entire foam horn tacky, and then I wrapped the horn starting from the bottom with some acrylic yarn around, leaving about a 1 centimeter space between each segment, and just continued to wrap it around, starting at the base until it went along the entire curve of the horn to the end, and then it was just sort of glued in place. And then everything was painted black with just a cheap acrylic paint that I had gotten from the Looney store. And then everything is finished off with my favorite coating of the matte finish Mod Podge. And that's it. Left to dry overnight, and this is the final product. I think they turned out pretty well. It's exactly the look that I was going for. Originally they were just going to be black and smooth horns, but I wanted, after looking at more photos of ram horns and seeing the ridges as a very prominent detail, I wanted to include that. So I think the yarn worked out pretty well. And yeah, that's it. So the horns are basically done. The only final part that needs to be done are the magnet attachments, which will be the way that's going to connect to the head, which is the next step, which is right here. This is what we're going to be moving on to next. So here is the shape of the foam head that we're going to be doing, and the placement of the eyes and the mouth, which I'm still not 100% sure how we're going to do that yet. And I marked on the top where the horns are going to be placed, which fits the base of the horn there. So this one, I believe, is here. It will be sort of like this. So yeah, so the next job that you're going to see me do is create the fabric pattern for the face, which is going to be covered with this purple fleece, which I've been holding on to for years, and was one of the biggest inspirations for this look. So that's it. So that's the next step. So let's get to it. So once again, I forgot to record, so just wanted to catch up what's happening with the horns. I have glued some magnets to these. I marked the south side, and I put the north side facing out on the horns, and these are going to be glued onto the base of the head, which is here. Just like that, I believe. Let's turn it off. Okay, so we are approaching another milestone here. We're going to be finishing up the face soon. This is what we have so far. So the horns are done. They're unattached. We've got the two markings for the eyes. And the mouth with the lips are sort of done now. So this is how it looks. It's exactly what I was looking for. So essentially the teeth that we're gonna make, which I made here out of some Themo clay and glued it to a popsicle stick, this is going to be the part that moves up and down from the inside of the mouth. Imagine that, but in reverse. And that's how he's gonna talk. The eyes, we're gonna be using these buttons. Just like that, and they will be secured through the head. Like that. All right? So that's it, that's the next step. One more thing I should mention about how the mouth is going to work. These were made out of Themo. And essentially this will go through essentially that is how it's going to work. That whole unit is going to be placed into the back here. And that's how it's going to work. Well, I ordered this stool on wheels online, and it's adjustable. So this is going to be great. This is going to make it really easy for the puppeteer to move around without having to crouch. And there we go. There's the completed head. I'm really happy with how it turned out. 50% there. I added a slot here in the back so that the puppeteer can put their hand in. And then I added a loop to the popsicle stick so that we could get the mouth to move. There it is. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, come move around. All right, so the next step is to move on to the body of the puppet. It's going to be a pretty big puppet. It should be about 5 feet high, so we're going to need a lot of fur, and I've decided to stick with the color theme of purple. So that's the next step, is to see what we can find in full fur in town. So let's go. Look at that wall of fur. I think I see a possibility right away. See, this could be good, but it has a stripe, which I don't like. Let me keep looking. All right, so we got it. It came pretty quick. It arrived in about 6 days. You know, when you buy things from China, the shipping's a little hit and miss. I've ordered things that have taken 3 months. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what we got. So there it is. Looks pretty good. Yeah. I've never worked with this kind of fur before. And it's a much more matted, sort of twisty pile fur. All right, well, there we go. We did it. It all came together really, really well. I'm very happy with how everything looks. He doesn't have a name yet, and we're not exactly sure what we're going to be doing with him, but we got some ideas. And yeah, the next time you see him, we should be out and about doing something really cool. So thank you everybody for watching the tutorial, and please comment, like, and subscribe down below, and it will encourage me to continue to bring content such as what you've seen here today. So thank you very much.